Hello, everyone. It's me, Kaiju-Z, once again on a Monday with a Final Fantasy XIV stream on this multiplayer Monday. Well, it's not multiplayer, but this is Final Fantasy XIV, where things typically are fairly single player. Well, another Monday has arrived, which means we're continuing with the role quests for Dawntrail. So far, we've done the healer quests, and before that, the magical casting range DPS quest. And the last week, we did the range DPS quest. And so far, the villains have been fairly petty, fairly self-centered, and honestly, they don't really get the consequence of their actions. They're very Saturday morning cartoon type characters. And so, Mrawa'a Kruug is once again on the case, having just helped Stoja in getting the Steel Hog vessel back. We are left with two more role quests. One for this week and one for the next. Before we return to the main game and the story and a method to prevent the takeover by Mrawa'a and his forces. Yeah, Mrawa'a and his forces. So that leaves Melee DPS and tank. Ow. On the one hand, tank. On the other hand, DPS. I thought about this for a bit and decided on the perfect, well, I say perfect, on the most logical continuation being DPS. So today, we're helping Shashepia with regaining their vessel, their artifact of defense. But it will not be as a Viper. We're going to go with the other scouting job. I say, typically don't use this one much. We're going with the ninja. Or in my case, the ninja right. Now let it go ninja it. Because it's based on the way the ninja questline begins with the rogue side of things. I've always associated rogue in this game with pirates, so it felt the most fitting. So ladies, gentlemen, and others, we're gonna start this questline with Mrawa'a Kruug, the ninja. Yeah, one more spot left. You know what that means? Fish? Fish. Fish, fish, fish. Fish, 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 fish. Yeah, it's definitely fish. You know what that means? Yeah, that means fish. I kind of wish I was able to just raise my glasses to my forehead. Shashepia. And as you can see, we're gonna be going to the Far East. The Hunter and the Hunted. Shashepia seeks an adventurer who likes getting up close and personal. I suppose that's us. Never mind the ninja skills. Hello there, I take it you've spoken with Brooke Vu. Will you lend a hand? Yeah, that's why I'm here. I'm grateful. Now allow me to introduce myself. I'm Shishepia, and I have traveled far from my village in the forest of Shaktarao in search of a brave soul to help us achieve our stolen treasure. For generations have my people watched over the Dreamweave cocoon, the vessel in which the power of the Swallowtail Vidral is sealed. Before its ascension, the Swallowtail warded off would-be predators by assuming the form of more threatening butterflies, poisonous ones, and the like, through its skill at mimicry. So it's a butterfly. Okay, I actually can see that because in nature there are a lot of insects and other subcategories of little critters who can mimic other species. Like flies who can adjust their wings to appear like a spider. Or butterflies with eyes appearing on their wings. So it survived, day after day, summer after summer, until the dawn of its great new existence. It became capable of taking on the form of any creature which crossed its path. This fearsome power was sealed within the cocoon, and any who possess it command the self-same abilities. Indeed, the wielder too may assume the form of any manner of beast or man they've beheld. Go on. Yet this mimicry is not limited to merely physical forms. No, the wielder may replicate the talents and abilities of their target, as long as such actions fall within their ken, that is. I suppose the abundance of fever also helps in that department. In an instant, they may become a master of the hunt, a twin-blade wielding viper, or a savage Mrawa'a, with claws and fangs to get whomsoever they please. It is the power which has protected my village from the predators of the forest. For though it grants many boons, the forest contains threats in equal measure. By dyeing the skins of the most formidable beasts, we've kept ourselves safe for generations. I can see the practicality. It's essentially like being a druid in D&D. A druid wizard, maybe. Without the cocoon, my village's very survival was at risk. That's why we have sent our foremost hunter, Itoka, to ensure it is reclaimed. Itoka. The way it's spelled, you'd think that she was a seeker of the Sun Clan Makote. But no, she is a Shatona. She has never failed to capture her quarry, so I thought she would make short work of this ordeal, yet there has been no word from her. I fear this may be a hunt she cannot undertake alone. It is for that reason I wish to enlist the aid of one familiar with the lay of the land beyond the Great Sea, and one whose prowess in close quarters would complement her expertise with the bow. One of the villagers ran into the thief before he fled, and said he intended to use the cocoon's power in Kugane, which I understand is the name of a large settlement located far, far to the east. The situation here is dire, so I won't insist that you set out now. I ask only that you join Itoka in this eastern habitation and assist her in retrieving the cocoon at your earliest convenience. The village's survival depends on it. Leave it to me. Your willingness to aid is most assured. Assured. You have my heartfelt thanks. Upon arriving to the eastern land, search for a Viera woman carrying a bow and dressed in similar attire to herself. Viera, not Shatona. Okay, Shishepia, you may have a history there that I don't quite know about. If you visit a tavern like this one, I dare say you may find someone who has seen her. Okay, I'm on my way. Interesting, we haven't been to Kugane since Endwalker. Kugane, here we go. What kind of a shenanigans are we gonna get ourselves involved in now? One day I'm gonna do this with this character. One day. And then climb to that top. Cheetah. Welcome to the Shiokaze hostelry. Hostelry. How may I serve you? I'm trying to find a Viero, buddy lady. I'm searching for someone. As a matter of fact, I don't distinctly remember seeing a Viero woman of that description earlier, but I'm afraid I could not tell you where she may be now. Well, thinking about it at least. A lad from Mrawa'a, was it? Sorry, I can't help you. It reminds me though, I heard Mrawa'a has its own local variety of spirits called Mescal. Be mean to taste it myself for next time, but you've no idea how hard it is to get one's hands on a bottle out of it here. You know, I could probably make some connections. A Viero woman wearing a bow, why yes. I do recall such a person. It was hard not to notice her really, given how she was peering into every little thing. If she came from the distant lands to the west, no doubt Kugane is quite the unusual sight for her. Taking a look, she'd still be where I saw her, in the vicinity of the Sekitsugumin barracks. Okay, makes sense. She's looking for a criminal, and odds are that the people in charge of keeping the law and the peace would know a thing or two. So let's go and find her there. Also, I love this nice little touch here. Gotta talk, gotta train. It's the boy! The Samurai Quest line! He really kept his word. He traveled to Kugane and is properly learning the way of the samurai. Though, of course, given the limitations of animation, he's still going to be doing the idle stance. It's all Kresk. Oh, she's cute. This city seems too large for me to cover alone. Perhaps it's time to return home. Hello there. Huh. It's okay, I assume. Yes, I'm she, and you are? I'm Mrawa'a Kruug. I was hired to help you. I see. Shishepia always was a worry word. Once and I appreciate the help, though. Ascertaining the whereabouts of the cocoon has been no easy task. I managed to secure room and board to this lodging after arriving in Kugane, and have been using it as a base to track down the thief ever since. I'll tell you all I know. According to eyewitnesses from the village, the thief is a middle-aged Huron man, or Tonawata as we call him. That's all we had to go on regarding his appearance. Okay, that's interesting. So far, they've been using the worldly lingo. Yet, so long as he possesses the cocoon, he can be anyone and anything. An elderly woman traipsing along the street, a child throwing a bow, mayhap even the dog chasing after it. Truth be told, I was nigh at wit's end trying to find him. Why, he could even be you! Am I him? Nah. That is, until I discovered that a series of unusual squabbles have been occurring around the city. After investigating these incidents, I found one commonality. The instigator in each case invariably had no recollection of the incident, let alone of inciting it. What's more, eerie accounts have begun circulating amongst the residents. Some folks claim they've somehow been seen in two places at once. Based on all this, I believe that the thief's been using the Dreamweave cocoon to transform into innocence. and spread discord throughout the city. Discord! I'm howling at the moon! Stands to reason we can find him by following the trail of chaos left in his wake, no? And yet, even should we apprehend him, in whatever form he has hidden himself in, there's nothing to stop him from feigning ignorance. Besides the secret remedy, of course. The recipe for an elixir which can forcibly remove the cocoon's enchantment has been passed down in my village for emergencies like this. I made sure to prepare a few vials before making the voyage here. Lucky, because we kind of ran out of the special powder during the Hildebrand quest line back in NRR. I then simply throw the solution and the suspect in the cocoon's weave of mimicry will unfurl on the spot. That covers everything. Now, what say we see if there's any trouble afoot? The thief will undoubtedly not be far from it. Let me know when you're ready. We'll catch him together. Ready to set off then? Perfect. I say we begin our search with the markets. I recall a great number of people gathering in the Rakuza district. I believe it was called. I never did get to do this at Mrawa'a. Yeah, because I'm kind of lonely. To think that all of this was brought by mortal hands, remarkable. That people have ever lived in harmony with nature, but that doesn't mean we condemn the ways of those who choose otherwise. In fact, in the brief time I've been exposed to settlements like this, I've come to see such places have their merits too. Yeah, safety in numbers. Rare are the days my people leave the shelter and the bounty found beneath the forest boughs. I was speechless when I first laid eyes to Lealno. I said with as many people as trees in the forest, and Kugane is no less dense. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Sorry, it was the ankle. Ah, there we go. Look, you thieving horse son! I told you this isn't enough. Huh? But sir, this can't be right. I'm sure I gave you the change in full. Enough. Hand over my money or I'll take it by force. Let's keep watching. It's not enough to be sir. Sure. But isn't it obvious? No one gets so worked up over a handful of coins unless they're looking for trouble. No, wait, no! You made yourself done! No! What in the place do you think you're doing? Oh, sorry. Very, very sorry. Oh dear. A thousand apologies, sir. I clearly was counting your change. I will return what you are owed immediately. I beg your forgiveness. Yeah, simply a math problem. I apologize for the disturbance. How dreadfully embarrassing. Um, well, a hunter doesn't quit after a single arrow misses its mark. Best not to dwell on what's done and instead focus on our next course of action. Let's see how things fare in Kugane Dori. Yeah, I suppose. I can't believe how absurdly fast it is. My jaw dropped when I first saw it. I hardly found where the horizon ended and the sea began. Before arriving to Liolo, I had imagined the sea to be merely a larger, saltier body of water than the lake back home. There, we would race from shore to shore. To attempt the same here, I figure would have fatal results. Oh yeah, you'd be drowning in a minute. I'll cut you down where you stand, you lecherous lummox! Well. Here we go. Really? What's going on here? The big block yonder allegedly laid his hands on that grizzled fellow's woman. Afraid this may come to blows. Calm yourself, man. I have not done what she claims. You dare add insult to injury by calling her a liar? Ignore him. I told you that pig defiled me. Got him down this instant. There's no truth to her words. Wherefore does she sprout such rubbish? Gotta be giving straight. Get the bloody brute down already. Yes, not less than your head shall serve as penance for your crimes. Very well, let my blade prove my innocence. It's her, right? Yep. She's not exactly subtle about it. Son of a gun. It's a ninja. Was that really necessary? No matter, I was growing weary of this petty farce. It's time I moved on to bigger and better things. Form of Hawk. Oh no, you don't. Come on. Knock that arrow. Ah, dang it. Ha! And so, begin the traumatized anomalies of ours. Ah! I almost died! Even mine are right. How odd. My bow's more out of tune than I realized. Best hunter, eh? Sweetheart! My dear. Is it really you? Oh, Victor, tell me you're safe. Hi there. I found her lying unconscious in a nearby alleyway. She could only vaguely recall being attacked from behind before losing consciousness. I'm good. So the villain knocked her out before assuming her visage in a ploy to deceive her husband. I fell for the deception like a complete and utter fool. I don't even know how to begin to make amends. Yes, you were there on Friday, I remember you. There are no amends to be made. You simply act as any husband would. Due to your involvement, this matter was resolved without bloodshed. The Secretary Gumi thank you. It is regrettable, however, that the villain managed to escape. A criminal who can change their shape at will is exceedingly dangerous. Note that the Sexy Gumi will alert the populace to the menace and remain vigilant for any suspicious activity in the city. And everyone is thankful. Look how quickly they return back to civility. Let's return to my lodgings. I'd like to go over where we stand with our elusive quarry. As predicted, the thief has been using the Kugane's power of mimicry to incite conflict around the city. Yep, today is Final Fantasy 14 Day. What he hopes to accomplish by doing so, however, is still unclear. Because I do Final Fantasy 14 on Monday. And so long as he has this power, our sole means of tracking him remains the havoc left in his wake. A trying trail for any hunter, but I'm heartened to have a warrior like you beside me as I tread it. We'll catch him together, and when we do, we'll mete out the justice he deserves, Mrawa'a. A sea of blood. Udoka is eager to continue the hunt. Good to see you, Mrawa'a. For better or worse, I haven't heard about any unusual incidents in Kugane since our last altercation with the thief. There may be a reason for that. You remember when he claimed he was moving on to bigger and better things? If we're to catch him, we may have to expand the scope of our search beyond Kugane. He traveled all the way from Dawntrail into Rizer's land for a reason, and I can't imagine he could go too far. You know of any other settlements nearby? Ruby Sea is dotted with settlements. I don't know of at least a couple. People live out there in the waters? They're so vast. Where would we even begin? Koro, maybe. So Bakufu has an outpost at the Ruby Sea. That sounds like the perfect place to start. Let's make our way there and avail ourselves of the soldier's intel. If anything, out of the ordinary has occurred. No doubt they'll be aware of it. Shall we? Off we go. I really like these blades. They're called the Neo Kingdom Swordbreakers. And they're like switch knives or flip knives almost. Well, I like the curves. Very fitting. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh jeez, I forgot. Okay, this is embarrassing. I forgot to turn off. Oh. Okay, so this is embarrassing. The first 300 minutes have been without video. Okay, we took a job from Shishepia, a white-haired, tanned Piera. Maybe like this. Okay, this is probably better. So we took a job from Shishepia. And we are helping Iktoka find a magical item that changes people's appearances. And the villain, a ninja, has been using it to sow chaos. I'm kinda stupid. Ikaruga. Oh, this is unexpected. What brings you to the Ruby Sea? To the Ruby Price? This feels strange, you should ask. Not even a moon ago, the waters of the Ruby Sea were poised to turn a sanguinary shade. What are you talking about? Huh? Please, tell us everything. A Confederate skiff approached the Ruby Price without authorization, and its occupant began hurling insult after insult in an obvious attempt to provoke us. We did not succumb to their provocations, however. After warning the vessel we'd fire if they drew an ilm closer, they withdrew without a word. However, should they attempt to provoke us again, we will not display the same level of restraint. And the roar of our cannon shall signal their comrades to rally in full force. The waters will flow red. Of that, there can be no doubt. Tensions run high. All like this has ever occurred. I see. Thank you for your information. Might we speak privately? Yeah. This is not a coincidence. Based on the testimony just now, I gather there's an agreement in these waters that the Confederates are not to draw near the Ruby Prize, guarded as it is by the Bakful sentries. If that's the case, then as the soldier stated, I can only conclude that the vessel earlier was attempting to incite a dispute between the two factions, which fits the modus operandi of our quarry. Wouldn't you say? Perhaps it was he who sailed here under the banner of the Confederates. Whatever the case may be, we have nothing but conjecture. We'll need solid evidence before we can alert the soldiers here to this threat. I doubt they'll need our warnings otherwise. They'll heed our warnings otherwise. First we need to verify if any members of Confederacy actually approached Ruby Price. Do you know where their base of operations can be found? Yes, the island nearby. Over there. Sakazuki. Red Dog. Looks like... No. I forget what Sakazuki meant. Looks like it would be the fastest for us to swim there. I can always fly us. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, bum, Shinoji? What? Absolutely not. Not a one of my Confederate brothers and sisters would approach the Ruby Price without our authorization. Those scary buckfoot dogs must have concocted this business rumor to get a rise out of us. Exactly what I expect them to say. What about you, Hyun? The soldiers of the Reprise said that, did they? Pardon my language, but that's a lot of shite. We have no interest in the Hingan waters. If anything, I've seen their skiffs encroaching on our territory of late. If you ask me, they're the ones thirsty for blood. Okay, so they've been seeing Bakfu approaching. Odds are it's probably the ninja again. There you are, Mrawa'a. Listen to what this person has to say. The session is more grave than we thought. I'm thankful we came, and not a moment too soon. Captain Raisho ain't been acting himself, you see. Normally where he goes, tends he follows. Or goes. But not today. He showed up just earlier by this lonesome and ordered us to gather as many heads as able to join him on the Isle of Becker to attend for some pressing business. Normally I'd oblige the captain without a moment's hesitation, but I had a feeling something weren't right. So I asked him what matter of business. We're gonna set the Ruby Price ablaze, he said. The bloody Ruby Price! Tried speaking some sense into him, but he weren't a mind to listen. Walked off saying he has no need of craven bastards like me. Looking to know what's got into the captain? But it can't be anything good. Please go out to the Isle of Beku and stop him and me comrades before it's too late. This Russia is actually strange. It can't be coincidence. We need to get to that island, and quickly. Do you know the way? Oh boy, do I. Follow me. Got it. No moment to waste. Luckily, only the first 30 minutes of the whole thing were hidden away. That would have been very awkward. Imagine the whole stream just... I hear voices. Seems they've gathered up ahead. Those scum think they can encroach on our territory and get away with it? I'll be damned if I'll let them. Tonight, we'll lay siege on the Ruby Price and seize it for ourselves. But are you sure? If you do this, we won't just be starting a battle. We'll be starting a war. You've been acting strange, Captain. What's gotten into you? Silence? I didn't ask for your bloody opinion. All those lying dogs claimed it was us breaching the agreement. I say we give the bastards what they deserve. Yeah. You're not welcome here. Be gone if you value your lives. You're a terrible actor. See, the issue with this guy is he's impersonating someone we know and we've interacted with. You saw through my disguise once again. Don't tell me you can't even a pirate captain amongst your acquaintances. Of course. You've been far and away from Kugane and the Far East for too long. What are you trying to accomplish? Why is that such conflict wherever you go? Why? Sorry to disappoint you, but contrary to the passage of the unbounds prattling about freeing the world from the tyranny of government, I have no grand designs. Heh. I wish merely for everyone to show their true faces, by pretending to be other people. Folk love to put on airs of sophistication and virtue, but push them through to the edge, and their mask slips off to reveal the monsters underneath. Oh god, he's a early 2000s forum guy. He knows everyone's true identity and everything. They'll go after neighbors, for their neighbors' jugular, save their own skin. You've seen it for yourselves. It's quite the spectacle. Ninja, away! Here we go again! Ah! You was just eating dango! Dango! Damn it! The winds are too strong! The wings, you say? A man of 1,000 faces is a true menace indeed. We return to Onokoro forthwith to alert the captain. Rest assured the Confederacy will be keeping a close watch over the Reef Sea. I didn't think for a moment he was an imposter, and that he spotted about the backful soldiers were enough to make my blood boil. To think what would have happened had you not been here to stop us. Kami bless you. All he wants is to expose people's so-called true faces. That he would use the cocoon for such a petty cause. Unthinkable. Yeah. Some people want to see the world burn. Some people like to hide that under, oh no, I just want to show you that man is the true monster. Ooh, I am such an intellectual. Let's return to Kugane for the time being. Nothing quite like a relaxing flight late at night. I'm just gonna make the long way travel first and foremost. And after we do this once, I'm gonna just be teleporting back and forth. Kugane and Nashi. Okay, so I'm gonna point this out again because I pointed this out earlier, but it wasn't visible. So this blue Kugane, to people that don't remember or haven't seen it, is one of the henchmen of a serial killer who was using a katana to murder their victims. A rich man who liked to cosplay as a samurai. We beat this guy in a battle after a few, shall we say, gauntlets were thrown at us. And later we met him again during a celebration of the life of our master Musasai, who passed away in battle with us. And we helped him. Okay, technically we didn't do much of anything. He kind of just had a conversation with the daughter of the sister of Master Musasai's first apprentice, who we defeated in battle. And he asked to come with her to Kugane and train to be a samurai proper. He's still wearing the hat though. That's just his quirk. It's good to see him just training. Damn it all! I can't believe a bastard like that. Forgive me, I find myself more disgusted with that villain each time we see him, and to think all of this is driven by small-minded spite. From what I could gauge, he didn't fly towards Kugane during his escape. I believe he seeks a new settlement to terrorize. Now that the Confederacy and I are acquainted, I'll see if they can help me sniff out his roost. No doubt there's smoke. Where smoke, he'll be there stoking the fire. And I suppose I'll use the period to tend to my bow. Next time I will fly true. Uh-huh. Who's who? The token appears to have found a new lead. Wonderful you're here. Ever since the incident in the Ruby Sea, I've kept a line of communication with the Confederacy, and they just responded and reported something you'll be interested to hear. Apparently, a man impersonating the distinguished Lord of Doma was recently exposed. One of the Lord's retainers saw through the pretender's facade while he was attempting to stir up trouble in the Doman Enclave. The imposter then reportedly transformed into a hog and fled. Clearly, our quarry now nests in Doma. Okay, odds are Yugiri just uncovered him because she knows how Lord Hien properly acts. And him spouting the bullshit he did was more than enough. I'd like to resume our hunt immediately, but I'm not sure where he may go after his failure in the Enclave. Do any locations come to mind? House of the Fierce, maybe? A town in Yangsha called Namai, you say? That sounds promising. The extent of your knowledge is truly remarkable, Mrawa'a. Now, without further ado, let's make our way there and see if the residents have noticed any unusual activity. Yangsha in Namai. Shinden. Trouble? None that I can think of. For a blessing, all has been peaceful. Thank you, Shinden-san. Have there been any quarrels of late? Oh yes, actually, just the other day, the two of us were at each other's throats over persimmon. She was only supposed to eat half, but she went and gobbled the whole thing. In the end, she purchased this one by way of apology, so I let bygones be bygones. Was that? That's the little quarrel you're speaking of. No, but I'm glad that, you settled the issue. Food's food. Nice. Hey, Toko. The people of this village have a little hand in hand with nature. It reminds me of home. Okay, where's the guy? Or the gal? Or the non-binary pal? Hello, gal. What you mean? By the Kami's grace, our quaint village has not seen strife since the Imperials were ousted. There has been news, however, of a man impersonating Lord Hien at the Enclave. As I'm told, when Lord Hien voiced intentions to invade Naxia, all present grew wary of the individual. None more so than Lady Ugiri. Aha! We saw through the farce immediately. After he was exposed, the villain fled the scene with haste. Unfortunately, efforts to find him have not borne fruit. Yeah, he neither was able to read the room and how people would feel about going to war. Again. None of the residents I spoke with reported anything out of the ordinary. How did you fare? About the same, except for... It seems the villain is not here. Where might he have gone? Huh? What are you doing here? Huh. A friend of yours? Don't hang your head like we're strangers. We met just moments ago, remember? You asked me how to reach the House of the Fierce. But I know how to get to the House of the Fierce. What are you talking about? Good grief, lad. You're lost, aren't you? I can understand your embarrassment, but I'll tell you the way again. Listen carefully now. Follow the descending path leading north of the village until you see a small pond. Then simply dive in and swim. The House of the Fierce will be on the other side. Could he have impersonated you this time? This doesn't bode well. We must hurry. Aye, aye. Much obliged, sir. No problems. I'm glad I could help. Just how far must we swim to reach this place? I dare say my days spent in the lakes back home are about to come in handy. Well, we're about to strangle a lying pretender. You son of a bitch. My friends, it's come to my attention that the Han of the Zeemstep mighty Orneer tribe conspires in the shadows to invade Doma. I am the Khan! We must not give them the chance. Invasion would mean all-out war. There is only one solution. Under cover of darkness, you must assassinate the Khan. Only with his death can this crisis be averted. Huh? They grow weary. Perhaps I should have observed my target more carefully. With all due respect, these allegations must be brought before Lord Hien. It is imperative we receive his instructions before acting. That will be playing right into the Orienter's hands. After all, an impostor disguised as Lord Hien was but recently exposed. An ordinary spy, there can be no question. Yet the spy had fled, their whereabouts unknown. They could be anyone and anywhere, wearing new schemes, moving new schemes, and even as we speak, the decisive action must be taken. That's why I came to you. So the impersonation of Lord Hien was but a part of the Ordinar's grand scheme. But why would those who fought alongside us in the Noma's liberation conspire to invade? Forgive me, but you do not seem yourself, Mrawa'a. Something isn't right. Because I'm desperate. A shadow looms over Doma, and only with your help can I cast its dark paw. Please lend me your strength. Our honored friend Mrawa'a risked life and limb to see Doma free, yet you address him with suspicion and doubt? If he says we must act at first to prevent greater bloodshed, then we must act. It is true that he has never led us astray. Brothers and sisters, let us join hands with Mrawa'a once more to drive back the shadow rising over Doma. Huh! I'm getting real tired of your bullshit. Huh? What is the meaning of this? It's that for the warrior spy. Quickly kill him before he can escape. You sound nothing like me. You can't even do my accent properly. Eat this. It's you. Such persistent vermin. Come on, Erica, get him. Yep. Ah, come on. You know what that means? Fish. The problem appears to be in your aim, not your bow. Ha! Pathetic. You're nothing like that other girl. What was the name? Oh yes, Setsuka. She was fearsome, that one. Right up until the moment I drove my blade into her back. What? What's this? Don't tell me you've been masquerading around as Setsuka herself. After all, that would make you no better than me. Hiding behind the name of another won't erase the blame you bear for everything that happened. Away I go! You have a lot to explain, young lady. So explain. I'm sorry, I swear I'll explain everything to you later. For now, we should apprise these men and women of the situation. Alright. To think he can transform into anyone, a truly fearsome ability. I shall alert Lord Hien to this threat immediately. Rest assured that all of Doma will be on alert. I was completely fooled. I have no words to express my shame. Pay attention to the man with the Irish accent, alright? Upon speaking with you again, I realized that Though the impersonator assumed you were guys, he had neither your spirit nor your grace. Forgive me. I will not fall for such a farce again. Might I have a word? The man impersonating you earlier. I could recognize his face anywhere. Without a doubt, he is Samidare, a childhood friend. I see. You know him, please. You must tell us everything. Of course. I have known Samidare nearly my entire life. We learned the shinobi arts together, you see. Roughly 25 years ago, we engaged in our first battle as proud ninja, defending Doma against the Empire's invasion. With every fiber in our body, we met their mighty mage attack with nimble ninjutsu. As if moved by our resolve, the mighty Auspice and the guardian of Doma, Tamamo Gozen, appeared on the field of battle to aid our cause. And that is a faith boss. Yet our efforts were for naught. The Empire's might fell upon Doma like a hammer, and we were crushed beneath their overwhelming force. The occupation began soon thereafter, and so too did my work from the shadows. While I devoted myself to resisting the Empire in secret, Samidare was conscripted to their army and forced to become an Imperial spy. I understand he served them well, fanning the flames of war in faraway lands through rumor and manipulation. And yet, as far back as I can recall, Samidare has ever excelled in the skill of subterfuge. It was only after the prisoner exchange that he returned to Doma at long last, but he was a changed man. He could find no joy or solace in the peace he once fought to secure for our nation. Instead, he sought to disrupt it. War has taught me the truth of this world. Civility is but a facade to hide man's savagery, and I will prove it here, in dear, dear Doma. The fool I am. I thought he was jesting. Only later, when I discovered the web of lies he spun to turn folk against one another, did I realize he meant every word. I tried to confront him, but he fled Doma before I had the chance. Nevertheless, I searched his home afterwards and discovered a missive from an organization called the Passage of the Unbound. I have it with me here. So he just lost his faith in humanity. Dear illustrious Samidare, we extend our deepest gratitude for your interest in joining the Passage of the Unbound. With each passing day, our secret order draws closer to its goals, and we shall require exceptional talent for what lies ahead. Bearing these needs in mind, we have decided to welcome you into the fold. To celebrate the start of an auspicious future together, we invite you to meet your colleagues into the All-Out and have enclosed your ticket within. I see. Exceptional talent, exceptional egos more like. The passenger belt kept watchful eyes on nations far and wide to recruit cutthroats like Samidare, who only followed their own desires. Upon his arrival in Dawntrail, Samidare's ambitions guided him to my home, where he stole the Dreamweave cocoon and set out to use it for his own twisted ends. I'm afraid that appears to be the way of it. In all likelihood, it is the Passage of the Unbound which alerted him to this Dreamweave cocoon's existence. Today, Samidare has attempted to incite a war between Doma and the Zim Steppe by wearing the face of our dearest ally, you. Your timely appearance prevented the worst from happening, but as long as he can alter his form and face at will, Who can say what tomorrow may bring? His years as a secret operative have made him a master at reading people. Should he decide to study his target before taking their form, I fear his schemes may not be discovered until it's already too late. Please be careful, and may the Kami bless you and keep you. Attempting to find Scimitar would be a fruitless endeavor. He could be any bird in the sky or any beast roaming the wild. Let us return to Kugane. I'll reveal everything to you there, I promise. Okay, I want to hear the story. I'm grateful for your help today. Once again, I let our praise slip away. The only silver lining is that we know who he is now. But more importantly, I apologize for deceiving you. As Samidari said, I'm not the greatest hunter of my home. I'm not Itoka. I'm Kuyuki. Quiki. I hail from the same village as Izoka, and too am a hunter, but only in name. You've seen my aiming for yourself. Yet, most shameful of all is that it's my fault that the dream of Kugane was stolen. Uh-huh. Normally it is enshrined in the deepest recesses of our home. Only Itoka had leave to wield it. The forest provides shelter and sustenance to many, and not always share its bounty with our friendly. When the great beast threatened our home, the cocoon's power may be used to protect our lives. Yet I used it for my own foolish desires. I couldn't take it anymore. I was a hunter, yet I could barely catch prey large enough to feed myself. I was forced to wash clothes, prepare meals, and tune bows. Just once I wanted to be acknowledged. I wanted to feel pride, to use the cocoon's power to transform myself into a Itoka. With his dexterity and finesse, I finally caught prey befitting a true hunter. And as I carried my prize home, he appeared. I found him collapsed in the middle of a beaten path. Never had reason to mistrust someone before, so I approached to nurse his wounds. Yet the moment he drew close, he knocked the cocoon from my grasp and struck me unconscious. He was long gone by the time I awoke. I confessed my sin to the village elder, and in her boundless grace, she forgave me. But I could not forgive myself. I left home that very eve in secret to pursue the thief, all the way to Kugane. After several days of fruitlessly scouting the city, who should I see but Itoka? As our most exceptional hunter, it came as no surprise. The elder had charged her with recovering the cocoon. She was astonished to see me, of course. I had told no one of my actions. I feared she would send me home, but when I expressed to her my shame, my anger, she consoled me and told me we would find a cocoon together. And I was certain we would, until the day that the blistered bastard killed her. Sheesh. He appeared soon after her passing. I thought with someone as strong as you at my side, maybe, just maybe, I could avenge her. So I lied. Like Samadar said, I'm no better than he is. I'm an imposter. You're not using your skills to hurt people, innocent people at least. But my desire to reclaim the cocoon is every bit as strong as Itoka's was. I'm so sorry for lying to you, Mrawa'a. How did you confide it in your heart to forgive me and continue to hate me and reclaiming the Dreamweave cocoon? How could I say no? I had my suspicions, but I also had faith in you, and it's been rewarded. Thank you. I know if you're at my side, I can keep my promise to Itoka. For now, I'll remain vigilant for any news regarding conflict in the region. Please do pay me a visit when you find a moment to spare. I'm counting on you. Welcome back. Cornered prey. Kyuki's brow is furrowed. Oh, in uncharacteristic unease. Mrawa'a, I'm so relieved to see you. I thought you might resent me for lying to you, that you might refuse to lend me your help again. I'd certainly be hard-pressed to reclaim the cocoon alone in this foreign land. I truly meant what I said before. I'm counting on you. Well, so in the Final Fantasy XIV expansion Dawntrail, there are these things called role quests. There are 5 quest lines, 1 for each type of job. Currently, I am doing the Melee DPS quest line, where I'm helping this Shitona, a rabbit lady, in getting back a artifact with a power to change the not just the appearance but the very everything of a person into someone or something else. She just came clean on the fact that she was impersonating another hunter who was actually a very skilled hunter. And we're gonna continue helping her in getting back the artifact from the thief, who also had killed that hunter. Though I'm ashamed to admit it, when I first arrived here, I was nearly swindled out of an heirloom by a talking catfish. Yes, and the talking catfish is a Namazu, which are a short, sentient, sapient catfish folk who are known as big business dealers. They're big on personal enrichment. I've been scouring the city for a shop to pawn my choker so I could secure room and board, you see, when the catfish approached me claiming it to buy the Lex for a fair price, offering me a handful of coins that glittered like gold. I was about to accept the offer when Itoka appeared. In later moments, she discerned that the catfish's currency was counterfeit, and ended the transaction then and there. She dragged me to the markets afterwards and pawned her own necklace to secure lodgings for the both of us. From the moment she arrived, Itoka took care of everything. What I'm trying to say is, I can't do anything on my own. I'm reckless and impulsive, and I'm just really glad to have you by my side. And this is the ninja we met earlier, who was a childhood friend of the thief. It's been some time, my friends. Pray forgive my sudden visit, but I came bearing urgent tidings. We spoke with you at the House of Fears. What brings you What brings you all this way? I was able to make contact with Samidare. I told him I was willing to make amends and join my oldest friend in exposing the lies in people's hearts. He responded most eagerly and bade me meet him in the secret. Really? Wait, really? Did he say where? Aye, how's lid? I had in mind to lay an ambush for him, but not knowing the extent of the power he wields, I thought it best to seek help. Okay, what are the odds this is actually some Adar in disguise? And so I come here to beg your aid, Mrawa'a. Your strength and valor are unequaled, and we cannot apprehend Midar without you. We may never get another chance to catch him. Unawares like this. There's no time to lose. Alright, let's go then. Wait. Forgive me for speaking plain, Huntress, but I fear we will only be a hindrance to Mrawa'a when the fighting begins. Let us go to Hell's led by Skiff and meet him after the villain is subdued. Because I don't want that. Oh, I take it. I take your point. You're right. Without us there to distract him, Mrawa'a can focus wholeheartedly on the battle. Sorry, would you mind going in alone? We'll be there as soon as we can. Let's do something on the side. If you were a graphics designer, you wouldn't be sending messages to someone with less than 20 followers. You wouldn't be sending them to someone who's not an affiliate. I don't have money to give you for graphic design work. I don't want that. You are a Why do you people do this? Why? I just want to play my damn game, and maybe if I become an affiliate, then I'm gonna look for help for such a thing. I never agreed to anything with you. Perhaps his lives for the pet. Sorry. I know that. Hey, are you alright? I came as soon as that. Oh, is the battle over already? Where's the Midare? I was attacked, but not by Simidare. What, so this was the chap? Wait, over there. Really? Tackle. Nice, safe cookie. Thank you. Thank goodness I made it. After all that time I spent in the old Kaiju-Z shell, convincing his underlings to attack you, my blade was mere ilms from the skin of your back. Alas. A meticulous plan gone to waste. It seems I underestimated your strength and the fell hunter's tenacity. I dare say I'm outmatched, and no common beast I might mimic can stand against you. I must contemplate your deaths with more care, more rigor. Look forward to our next meeting. Forgive me. Need to catch my breath. Samidara's friend was the villain himself. As soon as the skiff made it to the open sea, he threw me overboard. I damn near had to swim like a fish to make it here in time. He's made me into a fool again. He waylaid me before using a similar ruse. By the time I figured out what was what, Ithaca was already. I was wondering how a craven like Samidara was able to kill her, our greatest hunter, and now I know. Oh no. When Ithaca felt the blade in her back and turned to see the face of her killer, she saw me. I'm glad I was able to prevent history from repeating itself. I don't want to lose you two. We should return to Kugane. Samidara may have planted more than one trap for us here. Okay. This might take longer. I feared the worst as I rushed to reach you. The moment Samidara was in sight, I charged without thinking, which in retrospect was probably for the best. Had I tried to shoot him from afar with my bow, I might have missed. Worse yet, hit you instead. In any case, I'm just relieved you're safe. I promise to be more wary from now on, particularly of familiar faces. It hardly needs saying, but remember to keep your guard up as well. For now, I'll resume my efforts to get information about Samidara's whereabouts. You'll be the first to know once I have a lead. Imposter syndrome. Quickie seems to be on the edge. Of glory? Good to see you, Mrawa'a. Or should I say, Samedare? There's only one way to be sure. Answers tell me something only you and I would know. When I used the cocoon to take on a Toka's form, what creature did I hunt? You never told me. It's really you. Phew, that's a relief. Indeed, I never told you that my arrow struck a great wild boar. A prize for a hunter. So there is the only one who ever saw it. Sorry for doubting you, but I couldn't think of no better way to expose him if he'd attempted to impersonate you again. I have to remain vigilant after all, even though no news of his plots has reached me as of late. From here to Yangsha, people are on alert for a many-faced agitator within their midst, and not even a stray cat is beyond scrutiny. While Samudar can no longer act so brazenly, I'm afraid that means his trail has gone cold. We also have another problem. When he pushed me into the Ruby Sea, the remedy I carried was soaked in salt water. I'm afraid it's no longer effective. Damn, what now then? No doubt his plan from the start was to eliminate the one means he had of undoing the cocoon's memory. Were the disadvantage too great to ignore. Which is why I intend to synthesize a new batch. I was just about to go procure the necessary ingredients from the supplier when you arrived. Why don't you join me? So she's gonna be making more of that brew. I've never heard of such materials. Where are they found? Deep in the forest of Dawntrail, land beyond the Great Sea, and far, far to the west of here. I see. Dawntrail. I'm afraid my supply chain does not extend quite that far. Oh. I fear as much. It doesn't help that the materials can only be harvested when the season is right. Even were I to return home now, I doubt I could find what we need. With no choice but to give up on the remedy. I'm sorry. Now we're at the mercy of Samidar's cunning. Hello there. Tell me, have you any souls that might ease my aching back? Hold! Sir, this isn't the apothecary. Where are your spectacles? Oh yes, how could I forget? Oh, there we go. Much better. Sometimes I forget that I'm as blind as a bat without these. Forgive me, Shirokashi. Excuse me, but are those bits of glass covering your eyes to help you see better? Oh, yes. Are you familiar with spectacles? I've seen folk wearing them before, but I always thought they were decorative, like my choker. Tell me, where can I procure a pair of my own? Ah, Yamabuki is your man. He has a breadth of artisan contacts who will ensure you receive a pair fine-tuned to your specifications. You find his shop on this very street. Yes, as it happens to be, she is short-sighted. I'll look for him then. I'll look for him. Thank you. Let me just finish this. I'm sorry, you must be completely bewildered. I thought a failure of a hunter like me would never be able to aid you in battle, but I've just come to realize there's hope yet. But let's not crowd the stall any longer. Care to join me over there? Of course, of course. Okay, kinda got distracted. Ever since I was a child, I've had trouble seeing things from afar. That's why my aim with the bow was so poor. I'm not fit to be a hunter, never was. It's only natural that chores like washing sheets and preparing meals fell to me. But I always yearned to do more, to be more. I've looked up to Itoka ever since I can remember. No matter how hard I tried, I simply couldn't give up on my dream. I had to be just like her. So I begged her to teach me everything she knew, from the basics of drawing a bow to precise aiming techniques that a few hunters use. Yet despite all her efforts, my sight failed me where it counted most. All my life I thought that was simply how nature intended for me to be. I was content to accept my lot. But now that I know spectacles may improve my eyesight, I feel hope. If I could just try them, mayhap my arrows would fire true. I could join you in battle and maybe even strike down Samidara with my own arrow. We may have lost the remedy, but this would give us an element of surprise. So I have to try the spectacles for myself. Of course. Alright, let's go meet with Yamabuki. And he's up the street. Or down it? It's up. I think it's up. I wonder what procuring a pair of spectacles entails. A pair of spectacles, is it? I guess he get your order in the pipeline, but I'm afraid there will be a wait. I'm fresh out of supplies, you see, and except for shipment isn't due for a number of weeks. Of course, if you're in a rush, you could roll up your sleeves and get the materials yourselves. All you need is the glossy shell of an Azura hawksbill and a cluster of Aurulent quartz. Bring them here, and my affiliates can begin work immediately. Who knows what schemes Samidara might contrive should we let down our chase for weeks? Would you be willing to lend me a hand with procuring the materials? If we split up, we should be able to gather them in the blink of an eye. Quite the eager pair, I see. In that case, I dare say you'll be able to negotiate with Blue Kugane for a carapace of splendid quality. I visited the mummies during my investigations into Ruby Sea. I'll handle the shell. That leaves you with the Oral and Quartz. Pray look for a cavern near Show Rock in the Ruby Sea. Sprinkle some glittering gravel to lure Show Iwamushi from its lair within, and retrieve a cluster from its shell. Shell, yeah. Let's meet back here when we're finished. Shell, yeah. Let's see. Orokoro. Alright then. Let's find our way inside. Alright. Let's get this thing appearing. Oh my god, it's a goblin. Yippee! And it's down. It's down. Oh yeah. It's all goblin together. Let me check something with my retainers because I forgot to do that earlier. Nice. Let's still. Alright, let her sell it off. Whatever. Neato. Ah, you're the first to return. I trust you have the quartz in hand. Yay, it's raining. Excellent. This will make for a fine pair of lenses. Now you'll need only wait for your friend. I, I'm back. Uh, are you alright? Sorry. Didn't mean to alarm you like that. I spoke with the Kugane of the Blue as planned, but soon learned that the Hawksbill shell have been sparse of late. They were reluctant to part with a single one. I was able to wear them down though, until they proposed an exchange. If we dealt with the Red Kugane who'd invaded their fishing grounds, they'd spare a shell. I knew my bow would be useless, so I took a leaf out of Mrawa''s book and fought him up close and personal. As you can see, I took quite a beating, but so did they. Oh damn, she went fist fighting! I may be a little worse for wear, but the trouble was worth it. I have the shell as proposed, and with it, your associates can get started. Indeed they can. Let us first measure your eyesight, and then they can get to work. With me, I have this funny little eye chart. This is incredible. Everything's so vivid. Hey, look at you. Hello. What? I'm sure I could hit a bird over the horizon. Come, Mrawa'a, I want to fire some test shots at the sign over there. Hold on, that seems like a fun way to earn the eye of the sticky Segumi. I'll prepare some targets for you, so let's move somewhere less crowded. Of course, thank you for going to the trouble. Show me what you got. That's the way you do it. Bam! Yeah! Hey, hey! Come on, the moment of truth. Now that's the way you do it. Yeah! I did it. I really did it! After all these years. My aim is true! When you find Samidare, you'll know what hit him. It's gonna be an arrow. I don't know if I can properly describe this feeling to you. After so long, I don't feel like someone's pretending to be a hunter. Finally, I don't feel like a burden. As soon as they catch even a whiff of Samidare's trail, we stop him for good. When that moment arrives, please lend me your strength for one last time. Together we'll retrieve the cocoon and return it to the village. My village. Your timing could not have been more impeccable. Impeccable, Mrawa'a. A person claiming to be an acquaintance of yours stopped by just moments ago, wishing to have a word about Samidare no less. They're presently waiting in my room, so give me just a moment and I will bring them here. Now who could it be? Serena of the Mole tribe. You look around, Mrawa'a. Forgive me for showing pleasantries. But there is an urgent matter I wish to discuss. Uh-huh. We first met in Reunion. What did you purchase at the market? Can't say as I recall. I had insufficient funds to purchase it myself, so he helped me gather Whisper Root for trade for it instead. Exactly. It would seem you too have grown weary of imposters. Then we could proceed straight into the heart of the matter. You appeared in Mo'Ilo a few days ago, claiming he has been driven to madness. That he was assembling an army in Doma with plans to conquer the Museum Steppe. Me again. For a blessing, we had already received word from a Doman envoy, that an alligator was mimicking others. Agitator, not an alligator. What the hell? That'd be funny though. And saw the bruise for what it was. Unfortunately, when we attempted to capture them, the imposter transformed into a sheep and disappeared among the bands grazing on the plains. When I informed our friends in Doma of the incident, I was told you have been using Kugane as a base to track down the perpetrator, and thought it best to apprise you of this happening. Samidare. He won't relent. His schemes won't end until we make them end. You may discover a clue to his whereabouts in Reunion. If anyone in the steppe has seen him, this is where they'll be. Now it must alert the other tribes to this threat. May the winds speed your way. And I hope he doesn't get to Sato and Brother Magnai. Oh god. Off to the Zoom step then. Phoenix, someone in Reunion will have insight to offer. Yes, let's go then. We're close to finishing this, so let's get this party started. Let's start from this way and make our way up. Conflict, not besides normal quarrels between tribes, certainly no disputes on the scale you speak of. But I have heard rumors that Magnai has been sneaking out from the Dawntrail. Where could he be going and to do what, I wonder? Something cringy, probably. Someone's stirring up trouble. A quarrel among the tribes is as common as the rising sun. Not a day goes by without it. Now if you excuse me, I have goods to sell. Kindly continue your inquiries elsewhere. Yes, ma'am. Conflicts is forbidden in the Reunion. This is known. As for my tribe, all is at peace. I heard a rumor of interest, however. It seems Magnai of the Ornier has been behaving strangely of late. Perhaps that is related to the matter you were investigating? Magnai. He may be doing something cringe. Were you able to learn anything of interest? I've also heard the rumors pertaining to this Melee. One person even stated they saw him headed towards a place called Baram's Meadow not long ago. Mayhap is this the form Samidar has chosen to take on? Whatever the case may be, we'll find the answer at Baram's Meadow. We can't allow Samidar's depravities to go on any longer. Steel yourself for when next we face him. We're putting an end to all of this. Okay, this is gonna get weird, I'm sure of it. Good, you're ready. Once the battle begins, there's no telling which form Samidar will take. An eminent warrior, a fearsome beast, or worse. He has also shown more scrupulous behavior in his preparation of late. Whatever his form, we will do best to assume that he has thoroughly studied its strengths and will use them to full effect. Yet, I am not the feeble hunter I was before. Together with your martial might and my exulting eye, we will defeat him. At long last, Itoka shall have her vengeance, and my village shall see the cocoon returned. What's going on here? Why is it moving like that? Oh no. Oh no. My beautiful bright sun. I will bask in your warmth till my flesh returns to the earth. Huh? Huh? Magna, don't fall for it. Choo-choo. Has the phone dog gone rabid? You speak these honeyed words to lure me into your cot, only to slit my throat as I sleep. Hush, fool. I am your Nama. Though we've had our different disagreements, in the past I've come to understand my actions were born of love. Yet only now that I am forced to wed do I realize this. Despite my shame, I wish to confess my feelings before it's too late. You're the leader of the tribe! You can't be forced into that! Wed? Other far bills like you? To whom? To what? Hien of Doma. By becoming kin, he seeks to leverage the influence of the Faro to claim dominion over the steppe. The Dome knows no shame. Magna, you can't seriously be buying this! Very well. I will consider your proposal. Far-fetched though it may be, I can overlook the possibility that you are my Nama. It's not like I like you or anything, Baka. But first, we must get our warriors. The Doman's impudence cannot go unpunished. You march for Doma come tomorrow's dawn. Exactly as Keikaku. That is not your moon. I speak from experience as a keeper of the moon, Mikote. What are you doing here? Is it not obvious? They are spies of Doma, come to quash any thought of resistance. You must kill them quickly. But he is the Khan. And at that moment, Magnai knew he wanted to murder an imposter. You two are quite the persistent pair. I hope to strike at your backs from the shadow. But now you forced my hand. I will select from my repertoire the greatest warriors I've ever witnessed, and use their strength to give you the death you so crave. Unbound Silvertongue Samidare. Beginning with her. Shapeshifter! Shapeshifter! Oh, motherfucker. How dare you! When my arrow pierces your breast, Itzaku will finally know peace. That's the spirit. Let's dance. There, from the hands of Itoka herself. Bullshit. You don't have muscle mass to boot, man. Greatest screw. Getting on my nerves. Get him, Kiki! Yeah! So a fool's broken. I shall borrow that brutish order there. Oh no, not the guy I bested in battle. You'll scud about no more. Now to deliver the coup de grace of the far old devil. None of you will remain. Damn it. Hey, Mr. Buddy, help. Damn you, Soviet. I was somehow for. Ah. Try me before the mighty auspice of Mama Gosen. No, I don't think I shall. I'm not finished yet. Sheesh. Okay, let's destroy his balls. And down he goes. Pop. No! Form of Hawk! Away! No, you don't. Ba-dum pum 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 pum. Ba-dum pum 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 pum. Ba-dum pum 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 pum. Ba-dum pum pum pum. That bird is so fucked up. Oh, whoa. Got him. I believe he has the concussion. Victory! Ahsoka, it's finally over. It's finally done. What am I doing here? I feel as though I have just woken from the strangest dream. Well, you see... This cowardly girl assaulted you from behind and knocked you unconscious. So it was you. You have shown the sun disgrace this day. You will feel his scorn impressed upon your flesh. You shall forget the warmth of his radiance. In the shadows will you scream, yet none will hear. Prepare yourself. Boo! Have mercy, my lord. I'm just a little ninja. Death would have been too good a fate for him. He deserves to spend the rest of his days feeling the weight of his crimes. Now we've honored Itoka's memory and reclaimed the cocoon. No words can express my gratitude, Mrawa'a. I can finally go home, but my community awaits our foremost hunter's triumphant return. What expression will come over their faces when the village's grace arrives instead? I don't know if I can bear to see. Well, I'll see you there. Our journey to reclaim the Dreamweave cocoon has come to an end. At long last, Woodley could return home in high spirits. As I recall, you said Sheshepia is the one who requested you help us. Yes? Let us make the journey back to Yolo and report to her all that has happened. Back we go. So this is like an extreme over there. You're back! Were you able to retrieve the Dreamweave cocoon? Itoka isn't with you? Hey, Cookie. Cookie? Cookie? Thank goodness you're alive. Purr, 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 purr. Imposter. May her soul rest in the cocoon's embrace. I can't believe Toka's gone. Yes, our village's greatest hunter is lost to us. While his greatest failure survives. Here, take the cocoon back where it belongs, home. I have the right to return. Don't be ridiculous. You are a child of the forest. You are our dear sister. You can always come back. Always. The entire village has been worried sick about you. We all saw how crestfallen you were. So when you suddenly disappeared, we feared you took your life. For 3 days and 3 nights we scoured the land and water to find you. Yet, look at you now, Kuki. Quickie? Well, not only are you hale and whole, but you have reclaimed the cocoon too. I'm sure they took a spirit hunting in the forest above is smiling down at you with pride. And she would much rather you take up her mantle to protect the village, rather than wallow in guilt over her death. Nothing escapes your gaze now, after all, isn't that right? Thank you, Joshepia. It's settled. You return home with me, and finally our village can breathe a sigh of relief. Yeah. And it would be remiss of me not to thank you properly, Mrawa'a, for assisting Quickie in reclaiming the Dreamweave cocoon. You have my heartfelt gratitude. I was little more to the lion and hamburger when we first met, but during our little time together, I discovered them so much more than that. That with the right tools, even I could become a hunter worthy of my following in Itoka's footsteps. I'm really grateful to you for helping me see that. Farewell for now, Mrawa'a. I hope that one day our paths may cross again. And with that, we finished the Melee DPS world quest. All that's left for us is the tank, which we will do next week on Monday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern European Standard Time. Final Fantasy XIV. Until then, we still have a Friday stream, continuing the story, detective work, and Vampire's Great Bloodlines 2. That will be something to work on when the time comes. For now, this is going to be the end of the stream. I wish everyone a good midday, morning, and afternoon. Stay safe. And have yourselves a good one, yeah? Kaiju-Z out. Till next time.